Hello everyone and welcome. Whoop, looks like Hectic has disappeared for a bit, but he's now back. Oh, sorry, I did not have
Bit of
Skype
an
ups.
issue there. I am here indeed.
But we'll go directly live into the game. It is going to be a knife round on towards Cobblestone, so...
Yeah, I mean, Cobble, it is a map that's heavily centered around what side you get, I find. InFa did win that knife round, so they're going to be able to choose which side they like to stay on. It is a CT-sided map, but lately, and also in the... What? What? T-sided. I was about to come back on my point. Lately, or not lately, I should say, for a couple of months, it's been heavily swayed. We see a lot of B aggression come out from teams, and it's very successful. And that's been a big, not a big issue, but it's been a big surprise for me. When I was watching Cobblestone develop, it obviously did start heavily CT-sided, now almost completely swayed in the other direction. What are your thoughts on this map?
Okay, that was a bit better. You scared me when you said that this was regarded as CT-sided, and you're right, it was regarded as a CT-sided map before, but now a lot more T-sided because of the fact that the counter-terrorists have to put so much presence on that B side because of drop room. I believe that the refinement of drop room honestly has been one of the best things in Counter-Strike, where they tried to fine-tune a balance. I mean, there have been so many stages where they had to change this around, and so now we see it as this current iteration, and it's working out fantastically for the terrorists. So it's good to see some T-sided maps as opposed to just the entire map pool being CT-sided. So.
Yeah, hey, and you mentioned that big amount of deployment towards the B side for the counter-terrorists. They are following the norm of 4 players towards the B side, a single man towards the A side, which was, of course, AJK. Now, 2 Ts towards the A long does signal possibly a split here in this round. Maybe looking to head towards the mid area as the frags do come out here for the counter-terrorists. Not actually able to get a single one, but they are tagging them down exceptionally low. Insane frag coming out there from Insanity. Does take out Noobster, but 2 of his teammates will fall, 1 being himself. We have a 4v3 situation, and Karath, I mean, the bombs dropped in mid-con. What do they do?
Well, AJK, I'm not sure why he needed to peek. He was able to get 1 though, so able to trade his life, I guess, equally in the end, but I don't think he needed to peek. They had bomb control at the moment, and we see that Els is going to be boosting up on towards Balcony by his teammate Frisky. He's going to be peeking that line at the moment, but Prakim is sitting close, and he rips the head off one, and he does the same towards Frisky as well with those dualies. I guess that towards the end though, that smoke, I can see what they were trying to do. They were trying to sneak in towards that CT connector area, just charge their way towards the A side. Would have been really great, except they got disorientated inside the smoke and couldn't actually jump out of the window. So that ultimately cost them lives as well as the bomb. I think Barry Walsh was the carrier, and he was the final one to be actually picked off. Now just a fast charge towards the A site this time. Good nade from Prakim, should do a bunch of damage. He's also got the XM, but he can't do any further damage, and they're charging on towards the A site now. Off for AJK to hold this, and he's completely blinded out. As now action is just continuing as I speak. They're all grouping up for AJK, but he turns around at the wrong time. Wrong target priority, broken at the APC. Able to find the headshot long distance on towards Frisky, but Insanity with a Tech 9. Missing a lot of shots. Broken is cleaned up towards the end by Els, but Insanity will lose his life now. 8-2-on-2. Oh my goodness, as soon as I said that though, Barry Walsh over peaking a little bit too much, and it's going to be Twinkie the last man left standing on a 1-2 now.
I think Insanity missing that Tech 9 was a bit crucial in this round. He wasn't able to end Broken's life, which meant the T's were delayed for the extra second. They didn't have control of the site, and it allowed the last 2 counter-terrorists to peek out with backup. An interesting smoke from Twinkie, trick style, is actually going to work out in his favor. Flashbang hitting him, doing some damage on impact, but that's about it. Kauth waiting to see if he does peek that back corner of the site. They know he has to be around this area. Kauth is going to spot him out, and Twinkie goes down to the Famous. Kauth doing a great job, a 3K on that retake. And I mean, Noobster sticking with the dualies from the round before. Prakim, of course, to get that lovely 2-piece headshot. He wasn't able to get a single frag in this round. Saves the MP9. Economic-wise, I mean, to be honest, InFa did enough damage in that round. They were able to get the bomb plant down, but they weren't able to plant on that first round, so they're not going to be able to buy up AKs on the third. Counter-terrorist opting for 2 players towards A, only 3 towards B this time. I was going to ask your opinion on that platform change. Of course, they did add in stairs to platform to help out the counter-terrorists a bit with the B aggression.
Yeah, it's a good change because it allows them to actually deploy an AWP a lot more safely now. They don't have to put 2 very, very close. It can just be the AWP that's coming across. That said, though, I think the timing still works out in the terrorist favor, so they still have to be cautious. And InFa, I mean, they were able to get a bomb plant down, but they did not have enough cash to do so because to buy up in this round. As soon as I say that, they're broken, just lining them up, gets 2 immediately with their M4, trying to deal it out with Frisky, but Frisky is going to take that victory. Now, Calth with the M4 doing a lot of damage as well, able to frag out Twinkie, and Noobster charging through into drop room through the window. A double kill, the MP9 drops it immediately because he knows he's going to upgrade to the AWP. InFa, I mean, they've got the AWP now. They've also got 4 AKs, so now the real action is going to begin. That said, though, Twinkie does not have body armor. In fact, he has just a single flashbang and an AWP. So if he gets even just aim punched once, his aim is going to be thrown askew, as it looks like InFa just going to be holding a little bit more default this time. They have that mid-courtyard presence, as well as that B Hall's presence.
And they'd almost hit in the heads of 2 Ts there, and you did say Twinkie was able to actually get there first, but unpeek in the corner allows Noobster to hold it, gets the frags, he goes to try and pick off any counter-terrorist holding the platform area. AWP does get picked up by Frisky, and he is going to peek into this line. A bad idea, Noobster with the AWP looking to take it. He's actually going to miss. Frisky does hit him with his AWP, avenging his teammate Twinkie. So 4v4 into this round. Bomb is all the way at back of B Halls. It at the moment could go anywhere, but judging by Insanity's rotation towards the B side, looks like we may see a B side execute. Counter-terrorists playing reasonably passive. They aren't going to hold in drop room, and that's something we see quite a lot. It is very dangerous on rifle rounds to hold in that drop room. Frisky, as Kaus does try to peek it, he gets taken out. He wanted to try to get a trade frag, but cost him his life. They are going to execute through drop now. Counter-terrorists are in the position to hold this off. Prakham's Molotov is going to be a key part. T's just walking past it. Going to go through alleyway, but Prakham takes him out with the FAMAS. Gets traded by Insanity. Broken from Chicken Coop. He isn't going to shoot at Frisky. Takes him out now after he gets spotted. Trying to be sneaky beaky like. Gets a second kill as well. Well done from that Chicken Coop area, and it's AJK and Broken versus Insanity. Karath, what can he do? 2 HP in a 1v2.
Well, he's going to be taken out in a moment by AJK. No, okay, Broken takes him down. I thought AJK was peeking that line where Insanity was walking across, so nothing that he could really do. Tag down so low, they were unable to get the trade towards Chicken. No Molotovs actually coming out towards that position, just allowed Broken a free pass, and he just gobbled all those 3 kills up. I mean, shooting at the back of enemies is probably the easiest way of neutralizing anyone, so he just took the most of the situation, really. InFa now just buying up pistols and just body armor, seeing if they can force their way on towards the A side, but an early Molotov should stop any push towards that mid area. There is Prakham watching that. He's got that P90 as well. Good grenade doing some damage towards Insanity, but he's going to fall back, does not want to fall prey towards this pistol rush. AJK is there, and they're going to be boosting up on towards that A wall. This is a very potent spot for AJK to actually be using. It's completely hidden from that long A position. As now smoke goes through, Prakham with that P90, gets 1, gets 2, gets 3, and he's going to get 4 and drop the bomb. It's now lobbed to Barry Walsh, and guess what? He's on the other side of the map being pushed in by Kauth. And it's just a merry-go-dance at the moment, which Kauth is going to come up on top, and Prakham is just going to roll his money, roll all the way towards the bank with that spray down. He's going to be happy with that.
Oh, and the Pro 90 at work. Hold down mouse 1 and win. A lovely 3-piece coming out from him with the P90, and leaving Barry Walsh all alone. There's not much you can do in that situation. 5-0 at the moment. Reload leading on the scoreboard. I will remind you that the round, or I should say the map before, was won by InFa 16-13. So Reload looking to take this to push it to map 3. Whether or not it actually happens, AJK does get boosted up to a very powerful position. That spot on top of the wall, you can do a lot of damage there. Nice pop flash in from InFa. It did go a bit far. Allowed ELS to clear it out safely. However, no counter-terrorists in that area. Prakham gets flashed back with that P90. He's just going to pull back to play that long area cover. His teammate, who he did boost up the bomb, back of B holes, which is interesting. Maybe going to go for a split through drop or just grab it and rotate. Three terrorists, I should say, set up towards the A side. Makes me think an A execute will come out. Pracken with the P90. He is going to damage Els down to 70, but he takes a lot more damage himself, down to 44 HP, and that is not favorable. AJK, is he going to have a T peak? No, the T's actually are rotating towards the B side. They're going to grab the bomb and go for an execute with their two teammates here. Noobster spots one of them towards that long area, and the execute is going to start now.
And just waiting for that Molotov to fade, are going to be attacking 2 through drop, 2 in through platform. But as time is ticking away, beautiful defensive Molotovs coming out just to stop this progression. Noobster, though, missing that first crucial shot on top of Statue is going to be shut down. And now they're going to try and make a risky cross. Calth picks up 2 from behind the rock as the terrorists are trying to push in through Dropper, and Frisky now pushing very close to the rock is eventually going to not be able to do anything as Els was able to take down Calth. Now Pracken coming in through drop, though Frisky and Twinkie both picking up kills on the rotating counter-terrorist. InFa are able to finally put one on the board, as they need to start building up rounds as well as their economy. Their economy is very, very shaky. That said, though, the counter-terrorist picking up 2 AWPs. Their economy is not looking the greatest either. Need to preserve both of these AWPs, possibly one towards A long and one towards B, as Twinkie is going to be locking down the A long line. So it's going to be up to AJK's flashbang in this situation. No, it looks like a fallback.
You did mention able to take that first round and shaky economy. The fact that they did take that first round completely destroyed their win, or their round loss bonus, I should say, as InFa, they were reset to, what is it, $1,400 for a standard win, I do believe. I could be wrong on those facts. ELS looking to go for an entry through the sewer area. Is going to Molotov the wrong position, sadly. Looked like he was going to Molotov the right one there. Not able to flush that counter-terrorist out. He's going to just hold a very sneaky angle. Double flash coming in towards sewer. That is going to tell the T's that there were 2 counter-terrorists towards the A side. Maybe what they intended, because they quickly rotated one back. And that's the T's. They're not going to get warded off by that at all. Els is going to go for a peek towards the long area. Gets spotted out, and a good shot coming in from Pracken there. He does drop that first terrorist. He is going to be able to get the second onto Insanity. That's a lovely shot to follow up. Just a... Oh, but Twinkie... Oh, good one there, as he does take the head off of Pracken. Gets the trade in the end, and it is going to be a 4v3. T's executing towards the B site now with the bomb. We will see a nice crossfire coming out from the platform and rock area. Broken takes the last, and 6-1 to reload.
Yep, and economy completely reset, so there's not much that InFa can do for pretty much this round and the next one. Maybe a couple of drops coming out from Twinkie, as it looks like he's just got the smoke grenade and 2 flashbangs, leaving the rest of his team just defended on the lone stone. As you can see, Barry Walsh and Els, they don't get anything, so they're just going to have to stay with Glocks. That does not look favorable. Trying for this hard B rush. There are 3 members on this B site, as Calth is just mollying and flashing through, but they're just charging straight through that smoke grenade. Noobs are picking up the first one, as they're just all stuck in each other trying to hop across. Noobs, I mean, spots out Twinkie, does a double take, doesn't actually take him out in the end. Broken also finding 1 Noobs, and Broken going to pick up 2 apiece. Noobs actually picking up 3. So a very, very quick round all over for InFa. They are still unable to buy even into this one, and it's not looking good for them. I would suspect that they may call a pause if they lose the next buy one. Reload Esports doing insanely well at the moment, though, looking to just play aggressively. They're getting a lot more confident. They were confident on the back of that cache retakers. Now Noobster peeks out from long A, gets that first pick, but he's going to be charged down very quickly. Needs to be careful as Frisky's able to get the first pick, and I think the InFa are just going to keep their train going towards that A side. Hectic.
Yeah, well, the train has actually put on the brakes. Getting that first frag onto Noobster, a trade indeed, has worked out well for them. Twinkie with the AWP now looking to do some damage towards that A site. He is going to peek the angle. Smoke down, however, from the counter-terrorist will delay him quite a bit. He's going to care for a boost, which is very smart play, but AJK was up there the other round, not this one, Twinkie, and you're going to have to think again. Dropping the AWP towards Frisky because he knows he is low, 13 HP only. Let's see what they can do. The bomb has set itself up towards the drop area, so they can go for a split A if Twinkie is able to get a frag towards there, or they can go straight to the B side. They have rotated that AWP on Frisky. It's going to head towards platform, try and get an entry out there, so we could very well see a lot of economic damage being done by InFa on a round where they didn't invest too much. Now pushing through the drop area, Kraken drops a Molotov onto Barry Walsh. That's going to force him back, almost going straight through, opting to go for that A split. They are going to be able to finally take out AJK. Broken was there as well to be able to help out, and it's all up to Barry and Frisky. Frisky now moving through this sewer area. Broken's in a good position, however, towards the stable. Here's Frisky trying to push towards the left side, and he will end his life. Finally, it's up to Barry now. He is going to plant the bomb in the end with the AK-47. Pop flash out, which will catch out Broken, but he will get the frag in the end. I thought Broken was going to get that, while Flash down to a 1v2 situation, and Kauth with that AWP does get the frag. I was going to say Karath, but I'll do it now. That round for InFa, Karath, was that a good round?
Yeah, absolutely. With minimal investment, just doing damage, any damage they can at the moment is better than doing no damage whatsoever. They're at least getting that bomb on towards a site. Even with that bomb plan, even with that lost money bonus, it will allow them to buy up a couple of extra grenades as well as pistols on the crucial members. Interesting to note, though, that actually Insanity and Frisky have opted to pick up Tech 9s alongside with their AK-47s, and I'm not sure what that's all about. That $500 is really not needed when you have that primary AK-47 for use. That's more of a luxury buy, and they don't have that at the moment, as it looks like Noobster and Twinkie just going to exchange kills at the moment. So now Broken has to fall back. It's just Kauth all on his lonesome on this A site, and Kauth's able to get one. Broken now getting one as well. Kauth getting the second. And so suddenly, Twinkie just the last man left standing, just once again, just falling all apart for InFa. They look a little bit lost on this map, to be honest.
Yeah, and in saying that, a bit lost, do you think an executed take towards the B site would help them out with a bit of structure? You know, we do see a lot of teams, there's quite a few smokes in that you can throw to be able to block off the counter-terrorist defending angles. Twinkie will take out Kauth as he does push aggressively to stop him from saving the orb. He gets a second, a nice quick shot there onto AJK. As I was saying, do you think a B execute coming out from InFa may help if it's well-timed and, as I said, well-executed?
At the moment, I'm not even sure if they're throwing Molotovs to actually get these positions where the counter-terrorists are just hiding. I think InFa, I'm not sure how much they've actually practiced Cobble, but it just doesn't look like they're... I mean, they can execute towards this A site, but it just hasn't worked out so far. So now they've tried this B site, and that's not working as well. So I don't know if they've clearly practiced this A site take, just not the B site, I think. And that's what's really costing them, because teams need to be able to work both. And Kraken... Oh, sorry, not Kraken. Broken is able to get that kill in the end from Rock on towards Twinkie, who did not spot him out in the end. So... Yep, there is that pause after that buy round. InFa needs to at least snap up these last 5. They are forcing up onto this, but I think it was at this stage a little bit too little too late. Reload Esports dominating economy, dominating everything, I would say. They're just winning in these aim deals, and AJK, he's not spotted a single terrorist in a long time. Only 2 kills and 5 deaths.
Yeah, and quite frankly, looking at the scoreboard, I mean, Broken at the moment is the man for InFa, as you said. 14 kills, 3 deaths, just doing a stellar job. Twinkie and Frisky trying to be the star players for InFa here, but neither of them above 6 frags. There is a level of play at the moment from InFa that we're not seeing them reach. I know for a fact that, you know, Twinkie can be the infrequent style AWPer who, when he starts getting those frags, just starts rolling. And it's quite frankly insane to see him almost every round get the first frag. We saw the round before he was able to get the trade with the player up towards Plat, but the trade isn't exactly enough. We do have Noobster and Broken with the double AWP setup on the counter-terrorist side, and throwing a bit of a different play in the works against InFa. Even when they're up 9 rounds, it can go either way. The double AWP setup could go the way, which I think it possibly will, where InFa can't set up for an execute. You know, they'll have Noobster peeking aggressively towards Plat, and we'll have Broken peeking aggressively towards a long, and at least one of them is going to be able to catch one T off guard. It's going to give them the advantage into the round, and then we'll see InFa pull back a bit, play a bit more passive, and possibly not go for the execute that is needed at the moment. I think a well-timed, well-executed smoke take onto the B site would favor them, at least more than what they're doing at the moment.
They're just getting caught between crossfires, simple as that. And Reload Esports, they're very, very solid on Cobble. This is one of their go-to maps, I believe so. I've seen them play this map in the past, and they will opt to pick this pretty much most of the time, because this lineup has played this map so many times together. Not sure what else there's much to say, in all honesty. I mean, this double AWP setup is just working out for the counter-terrorists at the moment. They haven't lost this double AWP setup in a while. And I just took a quick look through the charts of the damage that just all the members have done, and really, the only member who's not above 100 damage per round is AJK. That's because he's literally just playing that supporting role, has not spotted any terrorists. Whereas on the side of InFa, there's no one that's above 70 damage, and I think that's really a problem at the moment, that the trades are just not coming in successfully. I also think he's sitting on 22 damage. He's sitting pretty much on AJK level damage, which is just unacceptable in terms of a terrorist role. On a CT, it's perfectly fine because all your other teammates are stepping up and doing it. When a terrorist side, you all need to contribute and be able to get these picks. And look just how confident they are, just pushing towards A long so quickly, just trying to get information and just calling, you know what, there's nothing in main courtyard. I think it's going to be B side. As the action is going to be slowing down once again. Broken is just once again just pushing with this AWP. All the T's are stacked towards B halls though. We see Barry Walsh. He's going to be the first man that's pushing through this line at this time. Does not have any backup from any of his teammates just as of yet. Noobs is just hiding behind the statue. There are limited grenades for the terrorists to use, so they have to make it count. There goes the first smoke in towards platform. Insanity is now the man on point. He's going to be lining up this smoke grenade, and it's going to go off very shortly. They're all lining up for this B side execute.
And I wanted to see this. I wanted to see this B side execute come out from the T side, and there go the smokes. Like you said, though, limited utility means that they don't have a lot of room to work with. They cannot really make an error here. Lovely pop flash. Cal's able to take out two T's, make that three as they push the site. Prackham was there to back him up as well, and they just mow down all of the T's as they go through the smoke. Oh, I thought a B execute may help them, but maybe just going before the smokes did pop. I'm not too sure. What went wrong there, Karath?
No Molotovs backing it up once again. The counter-terrorists just they're sitting behind these stairs and going, you know what, just tell me when, because Nooso is probably saying to Cal, you know what, just tell me when some of them are just coming through, because I'll just, you know, duck my head up and just spray them down. It's not being cleared out at the moment, and that's the consistent problem. Now they're trying for a fast A push. AJK able to find a kill in a long time to just get shut down immediately, so he's going to feel a little bit sad about that. Noobsith, though, able to get one in return, and Prackham able to find Barry Walsh. Bomb planted on that A site, but really at this stage, what can InFa do? They're going to have to try to hold off a possible 2-on-4 almost. Now 1-on-4 Insanity, the last man left standing, just holding stable. And Noobsith just comes in the 5-7, just instantly one-taps him. So at the moment, just everything going in the CT favor, nothing going in InFa's favor.
Yeah, and I mean, 4 players left alive on the side of Reload is going to allow their economy to be above 10k on 3 players. I mean, if we look at Prackham, he's got $15,700, $300 off of full money, max money, I should say, as he... At the moment, Reload, they aren't going to have to eco in the rest of this half. It's not exactly the case that they need any of these rounds as well. Twinkie with the AWP will take Noobster out at the beginning of the round, though. That will give them a bit of an advantage. Broken with the AWP, looking to possibly pick off Broken, but he can't hit the headshot. Insanity, I should say, as Insanity does take out Broken. Kalth answers onto Insanity. Finally, Prackham and AJK will be the ones to answer back. Now down to a 2v2 situation for InFa's players. 11-1 as well. An AWP on Twinkie. It's a very hard situation for the team to come back on. Let's see what they can do. AJK in heaven. He is going to go down to Twinkie.
Yeah, I'm not sure. AJK just came to that line just a little bit too late. He was thinking, okay, maybe I can catch some of the terrorists out on rotation on towards that A side. Didn't really work out well, and Kalth is going to be shot down by Twinkie. on that A side. Just holding that line steadily and will be able to land that shot. It's going to allow in for their second round, but I think that's a little bit too little too late. They needed that a long time ago, and Reload just instantly just maxing out their buys on Prackham. Not sure why he's still on 15k. It looks like the HUD will disappear shortly. Noobs are now actually pushing mid. They're still content on playing aggressively, but Twinkie is locking that line down. Otherwise, it's just business as usual on all sides of the map. InFa looking to stack up towards this B site to see if they can do what they did last round on the back of both Insanity just getting those picks, and I think it was, not sure what it was, maybe been Frisky also getting one of the picks as well. As now Barry Walsh risks a quick jiggle peek and a little bit of a spray, doesn't find anything. It's actually happening all over the map, Hectic.
Yeah, you did say business as usual, which may not be a good thing for InFa, because if it's business as usual, Reload will come out with the victory of this round. ELS pushing towards the long A position. It's going to catch the back of the player, pulls out the knife. Is he going to be able to get it? Kauth answers on the other side of the map, and Prackham, he will stick the knife into the back of Els. Frisky gets a frag onto Broken towards the drop area, but Noobster shuts down that map control he gained. Barry now pushing out through the drop house is going to get taken out by Kauth. Gets a crazy 180 kill onto Twinkie as well. A good round coming out for Reload there. The knife from Prackham. I mean, he's got so much money anyway. That's just adding insult to injury. Els morale at the moment. Kurath, one word to describe it, what would it be?
Well, at the moment, he didn't check that standard line, and I'm not sure what's with that as we enter the final round. Fast aggression towards A side this time. Noobster may be caught out if Els is able to land those shots. He is able to do so in the end. AJK though now coming out. Oh my goodness, misses those first initial peaks. Now being pushed in from long. Barry Walsh now missing a lot of the shots. Insanity will clean up the Tech 9 of his own. There is Twinkie walking towards Vent Room. We're able to get one. Now it is a 2-on-3, so a messy situation. Once again, just resolving itself and just lolling into a slow retake situation. Now as Broken's the first man out. He did not check underneath Juliet though, as Broken just peeks. Oh my goodness, Calder's able to find another one. Twinkie just peeked out a little bit too far. Did not check that line. Trying to resume towards his hiding position. Is going to be found out. So once again, a retake going in the favor of Reload Esports, even after they got pushed down to a 2-on-3. Just another failed hold situation coming out from InFa, even with the numbers this time. And really, that's a story that they can tell. Just the trades not coming through. That Reload Esports are getting the better of them in both timing and aim. And so just take a look at the scoreboard. Kauth has hit that 20 bomb once again. So hitting 20 bombs twice in 2 maps, that's absolutely huge. And well, on InFa, really Twinkie the only person hitting double digits. They really need to start stepping up as a unit, as now they're on that infamous CT side, I guess. And just fast aggression coming towards his B site.
I mean, I thought Prackham was the man to look out for on Reload. Clearly it's Kauth, as he does enter with the first frag in the round onto Insanity. Els does stop a player from moving out and taking that mid control. AJK, however, will take out one towards door. Twinkie can't hit any shots from Chicken Coop. He will go down in the end. Els actually getting knifed by Prackham again. Oh, that's got to hurt. I mean, Reload taking the pistol round in this as well. It's going to force InFa onto a buy. They are going to buy up armor pistols into this round. They do not want to give Reload match point. And I mean, one thing I was going to say, Kauth, he has reached 20 frags in the first half of both maps now. You said that before. That is an amazing feat to accomplish, as Broken goes running straight down through drop, gets one. AJK gets Twinkie with his Mac 10. We will see, finally takes out Insanity on this side with his Bison. I was gonna say Pro 90, but it's a downgraded version of Barry Walsh, the last man alive.
Yeah, I don't think there's much that he can do. He has that armor and helmet, and he's made noise. Prackham coming in towards drop room through the window with that XM. Unable to land a shot. And now Barry's found himself an XM, but he's just trapped between a lot of terrorists. Oh my goodness! Just 100 to 0s. AJK with it, with a headshot. That is utterly disgusting. As now he's going to be able to save an auto shotgun, but to what extent? Reload Esports still enough cash to play around with just armor as well as SMGs. More than happy to charge onto this B site. They're going to be on match point as well. And for just I think the momentum after Cage was still in Reload Esports' favor, and as a result, InFa had just been unable to step up and really just capitalize and start building their confidence and momentum up. And they're going to have to look to just settle down as they go in towards, I think it's going to be Mirage, the final map. I mean, 15-2 on CT side, I don't think is doable. We've seen miracles before, but I don't think I've seen a long shot like this.
Nah, it's very hard to pull back from this. I mean, forcing into this round, else with the Famous, he'll go down instantly to Chaos. Broken was there to support him as well, which made it very hard for a trade of any kind. Counter-Terrorist also only having one man towards A is going to give Tease this bomb site. So they go running towards B, get the site easy, go running towards A, get the site easy. Kauth with the AK does find the second man, and AJK from behind. He did drop down through drop. Barry with the XM will take him out, and then Kauth will finish the round off with a kill onto Barry Walsh. A 4K on that last round in map 2 for Kauth. 16-2 to Reload Esports, and it's now 1-1 in this best of 3.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Keish, very, very close. I mean, we saw InFa on top originally, and then Reload starting to take those rounds on that T side, just barely losing it. 16-13, I think, was a victory towards InFa. Now a complete stomp on Cobblestone. And they started the CT side as well. Just InFa could not find their footing on this T side at all. The counter-terrorists had just the economy of, I don't know, just name me the richest country in the world. They just had so much money to play around with. And we see that on the victory over 16-2. Now, look, before we go to a quick break, you've been joining us for this Cyber Gamer Oceanic Esports Masters. A big shout out towards all our sponsors who have made this possible, which is Mwave, AOC, Netgear, Gigabyte, and AK Racing. A big shout out towards all of them. Without them, this season would not have been possible. And also a big shout out towards, I guess, AK Racing, who now currently have a 5% off discount voucher for any AK Racing chairs. If you just enter the coupon code of Cyber5, you'll get a 5% discount, which is quite nice because that adds up to maybe about $20 or $30 depending on where you're from.
Yeah, most definitely. So thank you very much for joining us for map 2. I hope you stay tuned for map 3. It is, of course, going to be on Mirage, the remaining map after all the bans and picks. So this has been the Cyber Gamer Oceanic Esports Masters, and we will be back shortly.